Tom, thank you for the invite down to Red Libbets. Can you cap the first 13 holes of golf up in 3 words?
3 words. Really, really average. That'll be my 3 words. What would your 3 words?
My 3 words would be not good enough.
I was going to say that's 2.
So I'm out here at Red Libbets playing with Tom. Tom was in the Sedlescombe video for the Links Advisor series and invited me down to come and play at Red Libbets. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through the last sort of 5 holes of us playing.
Hang on. You invited yourself down. I said I was playing today and you was like, is there space?
I invited myself down. I've given Tom the privilege to play with me. We're playing a scramble and it hasn't gone very well. We was 2 over through 9, bogeying 2 par 5s and a short par 3. We've managed to scrap it back to 1 over through 13. So not good enough and really, really average is probably being quite kind, if I'm going to be honest. Tom plays off 5, I'm off 2. How we're over par round here is beyond me. So we'll take you through the last 5 holes and we'll have a chat with Tom as well to get to know Tom a little bit more than what we did at the Sedlescombe video, because he's really happy. I got a text last night saying, "Do you bring the camera? Are you bringing the camera?"
No.
It's not the car. Tom's found his dream car in the car park and now everything that goes past, I think a crow flew past us a minute ago and he got a bit excited. So. Well, the way we're playing today, we'll probably get a shot on this hole now. What we got?
101.
101. 56?
60.
60.
Yeah,
You did go to the gym, didn't you?
I did.
Hey. Nice. Better than it has been. Just needed the camera, didn't you? So after another menacing display of irons, we are now 2 over, 3 to play. Par 5, par 3, par 5.
Yep.
What are we going to try and shoot?
I reckon we got 2 under from the last 3 holes.
So level. So it's a sad state of affairs when we're trying to get back to level with a 2-man scramble.
Finish well to get
We've got. Par was no good.
Yeah.
So as we're about to make eagle down the last, and everyone says that it's been not photoshopped, video shopped. because we're quite incapable of making a birdie, let alone an eagle. Here is your 2 minutes to tell the world about Tom Mackeldon, about how you're an aspiring police officer,
Oh, yeah.
want to arrest all the bad guys. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I don't know where I was going. It sounded quite dramatic
I was
though.
waiting for the punchline.
I know, it was kind of like this is your moment.
I need longer than 2 minutes.
That's all you get.
It's not a lot to sell.
You go like to.
Yeah.
So, if you could recap you over the last maybe 4 or 5 years, and just a little bit of what you've been through. I mean, I know you don't mind talking about
Yeah,
it.
100%, yeah.
So, if you could obviously just run through a little bit of that, just so people understand where you come from and where you got help, etc.
Yeah. Well, I lost my mum to cancer when I was 17. So it was 3 years ago in February of this year. I then started doing a lot of fundraising from it. Firstly, because it was just good to do a bit of fundraising, but then secondly, I used it more of like a coping strategy. I found putting my mind to something like that and getting almost seeing like the greater good sort of scenario. It helped me deal with obviously not having my mum around anymore. But then in doing that, obviously when that all come to a finish, reality set in with the grieving, and I realised sort of what life was now going to be like without my mum around. I was a big mummy's boy, I was a proper sop. I then really struggled badly with depression, self-harm, suicidal thoughts, things like that. Bottled it up ever since the day my mum died, I really bottled it up. Eventually it all sort of come to the surface and hit me about 18 months ago, and went through my own sort of personal battle with it, and then sort of turned that into not a positive, but like tried flipping it on its head really, and set up a couple of social media campaigns about speaking out and the benefits of speaking out. From sitting here now, I think if I hadn't spoke out when I did, I probably wouldn't be here anymore. So yeah, definitely if anyone's watching and is in a similar situation, whether it doesn't necessarily have to be because your mum's died or anyone's died, if you're just in a bad place, bottling it up isn't the way to go, because it can be a real killer. For not just for you, but for people around you as well. Like I put my family and friends through hell for my own selfish reasons. I didn't think, that me not being here anymore would bother many people, and I was just in this real shit headspace where I thought, there's no point being around anymore. But then when you then find something good, like I found a girlfriend who's been brilliant, found golf, got a new job coming, and everything sort of changes when you find a different perspective on life. But that all came from opening my mouth and voicing it, which I'd definitely suggest to anyone that might be in a similar situation.
Cool. No, to be honest, when we first played at Sedlescombe, I was unaware of any of that, and it wasn't until after the round that you spoke about it and things like that. And the next time I played with you, that I knew I was going to play with you. The next time I'd done it, I wanted to. I know you're quite happy to speak about it, but I wanted to get it out so that if anyone is watching, that they know there is an end, that there is a bright light.
There is that stigma with men that can't cry, can't show emotion, can't suffer. And it's the biggest load of rubbish you'll ever hear, because there's so much pressure being a man in terms of, especially when you're getting a bit older and you've got to provide for a family, you've got to be the breadwinner, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, you can't show any form of vulnerability. And it is men that are the ones that use suicide more than anyone. Yeah. And if you don't talk about it, then them feelings is going to fester and fester and fester, and before you know it, it's too late. And you got to talk about it. Even like if it was just with a stranger, friends, family, whoever it is, it don't matter, just voicing it, getting it off your chest, do the world of good. Really will.
Cheers, mate.
No problem, mate.
Go on then. Oh, it's gone the other way. Oh. Tap her in for 1 over.